with our feet together, sitting directly on the sit bones here. I know. If you had blocks, you could sit up on blocks to level out your hips and your knees. I've got the tightest hips known to man. So
no, I need it. I'm
so
sorry,
this is about as good as it's going to get for me, unfortunately. So let's just take a few moments here to gently close the eyes and just get in touch with our physical beings. Getting in touch with the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose here. Try to stay focused in on the breath throughout practice today. It helps you slow the mind down. Remember, this is gentle yoga. Stay in your comfort zone. If it's painful, do not do it. Adjust. Remember always to keep your joints soft, not overextended, not overreaching. If you want to dedicate the practice to someone in need, or to the universe, which is in great need right now, please do so. If you want to do a personal goal here, please set that intention. On your next exhaling breath, just gently open the eyes here. Press down into the sit bones, lengthen the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. And on our next inhale, let's just circle those arms up. And as we exhale, let's just let those arms float behind us, placing your hands on the mat. As we inhale, press into your hands, open the chest, gazing up. And as we exhale, let's just float our arms back to our heart center. Once again, let's inhale, floating the arms up. As we exhale, let the arms come back behind you, pressing into the mat, opening the heart center on the inhale. And as we exhale, let's float our arms back to that heart center. Once again, inhale, and you want to gaze up. Exhale, the arms back behind you, pressing into the mat, bringing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, opening the heart. Exhale, swimming the arms back to that heart center. On that inhale, let's sweep those arms up. And as we exhale, let that right arm come down and lean toward that right side. Again, trying to keep the chest squared to the front, shoulders away from the ears. And we'll inhale as we reach this right arm up, the left. And we'll let the left arm come down and really lengthen that right side. On the inhale, we'll lengthen that left arm up with the right. Really reaching and extending. As we exhale, let's take a twist to the right. Put the left hand on the left knee, right hand behind that right hip. Finding the length on that inhale and the revolve on the exhale. with our inhaling breath, let's sweep our arms back up. Take our gaze to the center. And we'll take that exhaling breath to the left, right hand on the right knee, left hand behind my hip. Inhale, find that length. That exhale, find the long. On the inhale, we'll just sweep both arms back up to that center. And on the exhale, we'll just hinge forward to where it's comfortable. Let your hands come down to the mat. And we'll sweep our arms back to that center. And we'll let the left hand come on the right knee. And we'll lean to the right, to the left. We'll inhale back to center. Let the right hand come on the left knee. We'll bring our arms up into these eagle arms, where the right arm is on top of the left. Trying to bring the elbows right out from the shoulders, opening our backs here, between the shoulder blades. Breathe. Lengthening up, remain good posture. And as we inhale, let's just sweep those arms back open. And we'll let the right hand come on the left knee. Let that left arm come over that left ear. And let's inhale back to that center, letting the left hand come on the right knee. And we'll come back in those eagle arms, hopefully in a different way. The right arm is underneath, reaching the elbows away, getting a good stretch in that upper back. Eagle arms. Remember the breath, trying to stay focused on the breath. Try to stay in the present, being mindful of the present time, not letting the mind wander. As we inhale, let's just open those arms once again, really reach, extend, reach those fingertips. And then let your arms come down by your side. And let's just circle around a couple times in each direction here. Inhaling in one way, exhaling in the other. Inhaling deeply, exhaling. And we'll take it back in the other way. So just circle around, inhaling, and exhaling on the way back. And we'll come back into that center. Now we'll come onto our hands and our knees, and we'll call that tabletop position. Slowly. And if you need extra padding, you can double your mat under your knees. Just come into a position that's comfortable, spreading the fingers, knees under hips, shoulders and wrists aligned. Go into a little bit of cat-cow here. So on that exhale, we're going to tuck the toes, really round the back. Lift that mid back toward the ceiling. Let the head drop as you exhale. And on the inhale, press down into your shins, reaching the heart center forward and up. So we'll go through this exhaling, rounding, a little bit of awakening the spine here. Inhaling, reaching the heart center forward. Again, tucking the toes, rounding the back into that cow. Inhaling to that cow. Again, exhale, round the back. And we'll come back into what we call that neutral spine here. We'll bring our big toes together, We'll open our knees out slightly. And as we exhale, we'll just gently reach our buttocks back toward our heels. And if you get to a point where it's too uncomfortable to come all the way back, just come to your forearms. Rest on your forearms to get a stretch in the hips. You're able to go back where you can lower your buttocks all the way to your heels. Great, but not stop where you feel your still getting a stretch. You don't want to overextend. Child's pose. You're able to put your head on the mat, maybe rock your forehead from side to side to stimulate that third eye. Take some breaths here and see on that exhaling breath, you can maybe just release those hips back a little bit more. Let that tension out. I know I hold a lot of tension in my hips. Just try to breathe through it and that exhaling breath, release it. Try not to hold any tension there. Let it go. So extend your arms out to where your arms are off the mat. And all we're going to do is we're going to flow back and forth. As we inhale, we're going to come up to our shoulders, come to the wrists, and then inhale. And as we exhale, just shift the hips back. So we're just kind of lubricating the hips here by this movement. Inhale, coming forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhaling back. Be mindful to keep a slight bend in the elbows, not overextending, but lengthening through the spine on that inhale. And exhaling the hips back. One more time, we'll inhale forward. And we'll exhale back. And we're just in this position, we're just going to walk our hands toward the left here. You get a stretch on that right side. And that left hip. You want to come up slightly, press into the hands here, lift the chest. Whatever works for you. You don't have to stay down. And then we'll walk our hands back through that center to the opposite side. And still reaching, extending that arm. Those arms for that stretch and that length. We want to create as much length in our sides as we can. And we'll come back, inhaling to that center once again. And let's just float up slowly to that neutral, that tabletop position here. And as we exhale, we're going to float that right leg back behind us. It's going to be extended. So our left knee is under our hip, our right leg is out to the side here. And on that exhale, just lift that right leg up. Keep your hips squared and see if you can extend the left arm out for a little balance. Extended cow here. Little reach, extend. Try to keep your head in line with the spine. And as we exhale, just let that right foot come down to the mat, toes tucked. We'll inhale, lengthening that left arm to the side and up for a little twist here. Now you can keep the toes tucked on that bent leg for more stability. Don't have to be on the top of that leg. And we'll slowly bring this left arm back under the left shoulder, and we'll bring that right knee back underneath the right. Doing that on the opposite side, slowly extend the left leg back behind you so your toes are tucked and your hips are squared to the mat. And on that exhale, lift that left leg no higher than the hip, keeping it flexed, not pointed. And if it's available, extend the right arm forward. And if you have to, just let that back leg come down if your balance is not great. It fluctuates from day to day. But if you keep your leg level, if you keep your arm level, it helps with the balance here. And we'll let that left leg come down, keeping the toes tucked. And on that inhale, let's just sweep that right arm to the side and up for a twist. See if you can revolve that chest a little bit more open. Reaching that right arm up with that length in the body. And we'll slowly bring that right hand down and the right knee down. And we're going to tuck our toes under from here. And we're going to slowly, this class is only 45 minutes, so I'm trying to get as much in. So let's slowly just walk our hands back toward our knees here. Okay? Our hands are right outside the knees. We're going to slowly roll through our feet. Keep the knees bent. Let the head hang into a forward fold. I don't want anybody's hands elevated from the mat. Your hands need to be in contact with something. It stresses your system out of your hand if you are free falling. So just let the head hang, bend the knees, get comfortable, let the head hang here for a breath. And slowly tuck the chin, and on the inhale, just slowly roll yourself all the way up. On that inhale. What we call regular mountain pose. Let's all stand with our feet at least the width of the mat. It's a little bit gentle on the spine here. And on that inhale, let's all just reach those arms all the way up, pressing into the feet, shoulders down the back. As we exhale, arms. Again, inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, palms down and forward. Again, inhale, extend, reach. And on that exhale, let that right arm come down, lean into that right side. And if you want, see if you can just come and maybe lift that left foot off. For a little balance now, that's not. You can just come to the toes, whatever. Challenge yourself every once in a while. Then let that left foot come down and inhale and reach both arms up. As we exhale, we're going to come into these cactus arms. The elbows a little bit behind the shoulders and gaze up. Open that arm center. And we'll inhale our arms back up to that center. We'll go the opposite way, left arm down, leaning into that left side, but keeping that chest square to the front, so that you keep a nice long side angle here. Coming to the toes of that right foot, maybe lift that right foot off. And we'll come back, let that right foot come down, lengthen both arms up. And we'll bring our palms to this heart center all the way. Next inhale, let's reach those arms up. And as we exhale, let's bring those arms back behind us, interlace the fingers. Reach the tops of the hands down to the mat, bring the shoulders blades together. As you gaze up, press into the feet. And as we exhale, we're going to bend the knees, hinge over to where we're parallel with the mat. And then lengthen the arms up to the ceiling here. And you can straighten your legs to any way you choose, as long as you don't feel pain anywhere. Keep the knees bent, or as straight as you feels good for you. Let the head drop. And slowly release your hands back to your low back. And slowly tuck your chin, and we'll roll ourselves all the way up. Reaching those arms all the way back up. And all the way down to our arms. Now we're going to bring our feet hip distance apart here. And we're going to go down almost the same way we came up. So as we inhale, let's reach those arms up. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knees, place our hands on the mat. We're going to walk out. Place your knees back down on the mat into that tabletop position. We're going to walk our arms out to where they're forward of the shoulders. We're going to float our shoulders until they're over the wrists. And we're just going to lower all the way down to the mat here, reaching the toes back behind you. And we're going to slide our hands right underneath, right by our rib cage, by our breasts. We're reaching our toes back. We're bringing the shoulder blades together. Let's all just rest our forehead on the mat, if it's available. The forehead on the mat. On an inhale, just press into the hands, lift the chest, take the gaze forward. Exhale back. Again, press into the hands, lift the chest, turn the gaze forward, exhale down. Keep the weight, the pressure on that pubic bone, the hip bones, but don't over clench your buttocks. We want to keep space in that low back. This time as we exhale, let's lift the legs, just the legs, off the mat. And we'll bring the legs back down on the inhale. Again, exhale, just lift the legs off the mat. And let the legs come back down. Next time, we're going to press up, lift the chest, and lift the legs off the mat. And then float the arms back behind you into Salabhasana. So good back strengthener. Keep that belly button toward the spine. Really reach, extend. And then let your legs come back to the mat. Bring your hands in, back. And then we're going to walk our hands out to where we're in Sphinx. So our elbows are going to be either right under the shoulders or a little forward of the shoulders. Let your belly, let your hip bones and pubic bone be heavy into the mat. Extend your legs back behind you. I want you to feel as if you're dragging your elbows back towards your hip bones to open the collarbones wider to get a deeper stretch across your front torso. Counters all the hunching you do. Take some breaths here. And then slowly we're going to lower back down. We're going to reach our arms all the way forward in the Superman arms, resting your forehead on the mat. And as we exhale, we're going to lift the left leg and left arm off the mat. If you want to lift the head, take the gaze forward. We'll reach opposite arm and opposite leg. And we'll bring everything down. Again, as we exhale, right leg up, left arm up. You're going to press into that right arm, lift the head, turn the gaze a little forward, and exhale back down. One more time on each side. Lift the right arm, lift the left leg. Really extend. Create some length in that spine. It's not about how high you can go, but about how long you can keep an extension. Creating that space. And exhale back down. The opposite side, right leg, left arm. Really reach, extend. Reach. Keep that belly button toward the spine. Breathe. And we'll take everything back down. Bring your hands back into what we call chaturanga hands, but bring them again back by your breasts. I want you to press yourself up, bend your knees, then let your hips again come back to that child's pose. Just stretching our back out in the opposite direction here. And let's inhale back up into that neutral tabletop position. And let's walk our knees forward. We'll come to one side and we'll swing our legs out. Sit up in Dandasana here. It's important to sit right up on those sit bones. Keep those legs flexed. Hands by your side here. Let's all just float this right leg up, keeping it bent, but keeping that left leg extended. Hold on to that shin, bringing that right heel close to the right buttock. But get the length in the spine, really lengthen up. We're going to keep our left hand on that right shin. Bring this right hand behind the right hip. So we inhale, find the length, pressing down into the sit bones. As we exhale, we're going to twist toward that bent leg. Now if you want to bring that arm around and hug that shin in for a little bit of leverage for that twist, please do. But keep the length in the spine and let that exhale breath help you revolve the chest. We'll slowly bring everything back to that center. We're going to take our right arm. We can keep it. We can hug this right leg in. We can bring it on the inside of the right leg. And take the left hand behind the left hip. Inhale again for that length. And twist away from that bent leg. Now, the choice is yours, how you want to bring that arm around the leg. But it's important to stay erect. We don't want to bend into this thing. We want to stay up. We want to get rid of all those bad habits we have and keep good posture during the class. That's what it's all about. Changing the bad. Come in with the good. And let's come back to that center. And we'll release that right leg out. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. We're going to just slide the left leg in, keeping that right leg flexed and extended, or what we call active. Again, take your right hand, hug that left shin in. Take the left hand around behind the left hip. On the inhale, find the extension, and on the exhale, find that revolve. If you sink into yourself, when you twist, you're just grating those bones. You want to create that space to twist without pain, without damage. And let's come back to that center. Again, the option to hug that shin in on the outside or the inside and bring that right arm behind. Bring your left hand on the inside, or the left hand can hug it in. And you twist away from that bent leg. Yes, you lengthen up. Yes. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. We don't want to keep it hunched up. And then let's bring everything back to that center. Let the legs extend out. And then we're going to bring our hands right by our hips. And we're going to bend our elbows and come down to our forearms. What we call Venice Beach. Our palms are flat to the mat. Our forearms are on the mat. We're going to press down into that. Bring the shoulder blades together. Open up the heart on that inhale. And as we exhale, just sink back down. Turn your gaze forward. Again, on that inhale, press into the hands. Open the heart center. And as we exhale, we'll come back to center. This time, what we're going to do is slowly let the hands go toward the feet. And we're going to come all the way down to our backs. Loosen time. Let your head rest on the mat here. We're going to all flex the feet as if we're standing on a wall. Inhale, reach the arms up and back behind you. Really extend, let them come off the mat 5 or 6 inches. As we exhale, circle the arms around, bringing the right knee into the chest. If you want to hover, if you want to bring your head off the mat, please do. And then lift that left leg an inch or 2 off the mat. Really reach it away. And then slowly, if your head's off the mat, release that left leg to the mat. And extend that right leg with the left into this full body stretch. Once again. And we'll exhale, circle our arms around as we bring the left knee in. You can roll your head, neck, and shoulders up if you choose. And extend that right leg an inch or 2 off the mat, really reaching that right leg away. And then we'll let the right leg come down. We'll roll our head, neck, and shoulders to the mat. We'll extend the left leg out on that inhale. And as we exhale, let's circle the arms around. Bring both knees into the chest here. And we're going to bring our hands in the inside of our legs, holding on to our shins or the outside of our feet. And let the soles of the feet come up toward the ceiling for a stretch. If you want to hold on to your big toes and open your legs out wide. Keep your legs bent. I don't want to see you jarring your chin up. I want your neck and your spine to be level. Bend your knees as much as you need to and hold on to your thighs. Slowly release your feet back down to the mat. And we're going to cross that right foot over the left thigh. And as we exhale, we're going to let that left leg come off the mat. We're going to interlace our hands behind that left thigh. See if we can just get a stretch in that outer right hip. If you take this left leg and keep it perpendicular to the floor, you'll get a deeper stretch rather than let that left leg fall down. Try to keep that left leg perpendicular at that 90-degree angle. And if you furtherly can, extend that left leg to where it's comfortable for you. And just circle that foot around in each direction here. Pull in and out. And then we'll point and flex that foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. We'll bend that left leg again, release the hands behind that left thigh, float everything down that left leg, and cross your legs. Walk your feet out to the edges of the mat here. Your legs are bent. And just windshield wiper your legs from side to side. We'll set back up for the opposite side. So bring your feet again, hip distance apart. Crossing the left foot this time on the right thigh. That finger forward. We'll lift the right foot off the mat. Hold on behind that right thigh. Keeping that right foot perpendicular, parallel with the mat. I know it takes a little effort and a little work. Sometimes you have to just kind of put a little bit of more effort in your practice. You'll be surprised that you can do more than you think you can. If it's available, extend that right leg up and circle that foot around in each direction a couple times. Both in and out. And then we'll point it and we'll flex that foot. We'll point and we'll flex. We'll point and we'll flex. Slowly, let's bend that right leg. Let that right foot come back down to the mat and cross your legs. We're going to lift up and down in the bridge a couple times. Again, your feet are close to your buttocks. Your heels should be somewhat underneath your knees. Your hands are outside your hips. They're spread where you can hold on to the edges of your mat for better grip. The edges of your mat. As we inhale, we're going to press down in the feet. And as we exhale, let's just lift the hips, keeping your head, your focus only at the ceiling. Lifting the hips up, pressing in, reaching the knees away from the hips. And as we exhale, articulate one vertebrae down at a time. Finding that articulation in the spine once again. We'll do that again, pressing the feet. And this time, inhale, lift the hips up. Press into the feet, into the arms, palms. Keeping that gaze forward. And as we exhale, articulate one vertebrae down at a time. And we'll do that once again, pressing into your feet, your palms. You want to articulate your spine up this time, one vertebrae at a time. Reach the hips up, the knees away. And slowly articulate all the way down. On that exhale, we're going to bring both knees into the chest, hug the knees in, rock a little bit here from side to side. Then as we exhale, we're going to place our feet back down on the mat. We're going to extend that left leg straight. We're going to lift the right leg up so that it is parallel with the mat. We're going to extend the right arm out. Take your left hand on the outside of that right leg. And let's guide that right leg over for a twist. We like the right shoulder to stay down, but it's okay if you want to come all the way up. We like to end the practice with a twist. It's supposed to realign the spine. You should feel a nice stretch as well in the IT band. And slowly, let's bring that back to that center. Extend that right leg out with the left. And we'll bend the left foot into the mat. And we'll bring it up in that tabletop position as we open that left arm out to the side, the right hand on the outside of that left hip on the left thigh, and we'll guide that left leg across body for a twist. You can extend that leg out, you can keep it bent, however you feel, whatever you want to receive from this lengthening. Let's slowly release our hand, bring that left leg back to center, and we'll extend that left leg out with the right. Reach our arms up and back behind us for that good full body stretch. Once again, we'll circle the arms around, bring both knees as we inhale, roll your head, neck, and shoulders up. And as we exhale, we'll roll everything back down to the mat. Let your legs open to the corners of the mat. Let your arms extend. Let your palms open. Taking a few minutes for Shavasana here, where we let our muscle just make memory. We're going to let our breath return more to a natural breathing pattern. Before that, you can choose to take some deep breaths and just let it go through your mouth if that feels good. Let everything be heavy into the mat. Letting the front body fall into the back body. Softness in the jaw. Softness everywhere in the body here. Letting your tongue fall gently to the base of your throat. Maybe shifting your eyes as they're gently closed from side to side, maybe up and down to lubricate the eyes. Letting it all go. Let it go. Remembering the intention you set. Maybe it's a positive thought. I'm sure whatever you dedicated your practice to, feeling that nice positive energy you sent their way. When you're ready, maybe bring a little bit of movement into the fingers, the toes, maybe letting the head sway a little bit from side to side. And then when you're ready, let the soles of your feet find the mat. Maybe letting your knees sway a little bit from side to side, or maybe bringing your knees back into the chest. And when you're ready, turn yourself to one side using that inside arm as a little cushion before coming up to a seated position. Find where you are. Then with that outside arm, press up. And we'll come back up into a seated position. We survived. On that inhale, let's just extend, reach those arms all the way up. Let's bring all that positive, that good energy we shared today into our heart centers so we can bring compassion and love out into the universe. Namaste. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day.